What is going on, beautiful people? My name is BetSam, and we are going to be breaking down the entire card this weekend at Des Moines. I believe that's how you say it. I think it's a French town in America. So, yeah, if the pronunciation on that was incorrect, then somebody let me know in the comment section. Let's break into this, starting with the first fight of the night. We have Juliana Miller taking on Ivana Petrovvic. Off the rip here, this is a quick picks and predictions video. We're not going to mince words here. We're not going to waste your time and energy. We're going to get straight down to who you should be betting on and why. And number one, you shouldn't be betting on Juliana Miller because she is terrible. Juliana Miller has not defeated anybody noteworthy, nor has she been able to keep up with anybody noteworthy. On the other side, Ivana Petrovvic has at least showed, even in her losses inside of the UFC, she has maintained being able to be competitive and remaining composed within those defeats. Ivana Petrovvic has showcased a more complete skill set, and she just seems to be a little bit more advanced, and I give her the physicality advantage here. I even think that the price here, minus 230 for Ivana Petrovvic, it isn't wild, and I could even see her finding a ground and pound finish. Official prediction is going to be Ivana Petrovvic to get this done. I think she wins either a 30-27 or finds a finish. Pretty confident in this pick. Let's get on to the next one. Then we've got Thomas Peterson and Dontel Mays, two peak physique heavyweights here. I mean, just the physical embodiment of an athletic specimen. But all jokes aside from that, Thomas Peterson here, he's an all-action grappler that's coming in against Dontel Mays, who is a 6'6" striker. Dontel Mays is absolutely unimpressive, but Thomas Peterson is also coming off of getting dusted in round one against the GOAT, Shamil Gaziev. So it's a tough spot here. You know, Thomas Peterson is the guy that I want to pick here, but the price at $1.39, I can't seem to find any value. So Thomas Peterson is going to be my prediction. I think that he could win this fight by decision or ground and pound. At this price point, though, I'm going to say give it a skip. You know, give this one a miss. We're going to move on to the next. We have Gaston Bolognus taking on Quang Cam to Bang from Vietnam, Lee. Gaston Bolognus is coming off of that victory over Cortavius Romeus, where he was able to stop most of the takedowns and showcase that his striking was definitely better than his opponent's. He pulled the upset there. Can he do it again here against Quang Lee? I believe he can. You know, I think the odds here are pretty correct. Gaston Bolognus, while he defeated Cortavius Romeus not exactly a guy that was high on the radar of too many people. You know, he was only just budding into the UFC and has since done nothing special as well. So Quang Lee coming off of that loss to Chris Gutierrez, where honestly, it just looked like he didn't have the skill set to compete with him. And in this matchup here against Gaston Bolognus, I think it's going to be more of the same. He only has takedowns when, they're against lesser level competition. I don't think he's going to take down Bolognus. So stuck in a striking match here against the more polished kickboxer. Give me Gaston Bolognus, the man to get it done. Then we have Marina Rodriguez taking on Jillian Robertson. Marina Rodriguez is a striker. She has been developing her ground game and trying to stop more and more takedowns because they are costing her time and time again. Decision after decision after decision. Marina Rodriguez is getting taken down and controlled. And even when she doesn't get taken down, she's being controlled along the fence. So Marina Rodriguez's number one priority to even give herself a chance here is to stay on the feet. On the other side, for Jillian Robertson, in this matchup, I believe that the striking realm is absolutely not where she wants to be. So we've got a very generic matchup here of the striker versus the grappler. And I'm going to go with the grappler here. I think Jillian Robertson, continues the trend of people being able to take Marina Rodriguez down. And I think she wins this fight by either submission, ground and pound, or decision because, honestly, it depends where the fight goes. Jillian Robertson is capable of doing all three, so it's probably the money line. It's not a number that I'm excited about, but I do think that she wins this fight. So give me Jillian Robertson to get it done. Then we have Ryan Loder taking on Azamat Bucoy. And this is another line that I'm not excited about. And you know what, guys? This just happens sometimes. The lines here for most of these fights seem to be in order. They seem to be correct, and they seem to be aligned with my belief system. And that's that Azamat Bucoy is the more well-rounded athlete here. He has showcased in multiple promotions that he is able to keep up and compete with the best of the world. 19-3, he has a wealth of experience. And he's coming in here off of a high note, which is why the price is the way it is, with a round one finish over Zachary Reese. Now he takes on Ryan Loder, the Ultimate Fighter winner. And it's going to be a tough battle for Ryan Loder because his advantage isn't in the grappling, but I don't even know if he's going to have a grappling and wrestling advantage here against Azamat Bucoy. So I think that I've got to go with the man with more skill, coming off more momentum. Give me Azamat Bucoy to win this fight, most likely by round 1, ground and pound TKO. Then we have Yana Santos taking on Miesha Tate, Battle of the Soccer Moms. And Yana Santos here, she is coming off of the destruction of Chelsea Chandler, 37 unanimous decision. And Miesha Tate on the other side is coming off of the submission victory over Julia Avila. And Miesha Tate's coming off a long layoff here, beating somebody that was on the tail end of their career. Now she's taking on Yana Santos. I think this is going to be a must-win matchup for Miesha Tate. And I think that if she starts to fail on even the first 2 takedowns, it's going to be pushing shit uphill. So give me Yana Santos here at dog money to stop a few takedowns and light up Miesha Tate on the feet. I think on the striking, the gap is going to be immense. And Yana Santos doesn't even have to stop all the takedowns. She just has to stop a few, 1 or 2 each round to be able to get enough damage done on the feet to win rounds. Give me Yana Santos to win by decision. Then we got Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens taking on Mason Jones. This is a matchup of the young versus the old here. The hungry lion versus the old bull. Jeremy Stevens is the one-hitter quitter from a few years back, admittingly now. But this dude still has dynamite in his hands. He's been over there in bare-knuckle boxing. He went out and boxed Jose Aldo with gloves. And so he's been doing all sorts of things that are combat sports related, but not MMA. And, in the striking, that's going to translate. But how does his takedown defense look? I think that, for me personally, if you think Mason Jones is going to stay standing here, then you got to go with Jeremy Stevens because he hits like a freight train and Mason Jones doesn't really move his head. If you believe Mason Jones is going to come in here with a grappling heavy approach and get a lot of takedowns, as expected, then Mason Jones at this price does make a lot of sense. So with all that being said, Mason Jones is going to be the pick. As far as the bet goes, though, I'm probably going to lean towards a Jeremy Stevens inside the distance decision, no action bet, because I do think that he still has dynamite in both of his hands and he is tough as an old leather boot. We have Cameron Smotherman taking on Surrey City. Cameron Smotherman is my underdog opportunity of the week. I'm very excited about Cameron Smotherman here coming in against Surrey City. I like the matchup for him. I think he's going to be able to showcase that he has more power here. You can see he's got that shorter, that more stocky build here. He should be able to land with more intention and maybe even get some knockdowns here or even a knockout. Cameron Smotherman, if you're not excited about the money line here, potentially you could play inside the distance decision, no action. I believe that was sitting around $1.90 or minus 110 for my American homies. And I do believe that he is the danger in this matchup here. Outside of a potentially rangy submission, where Siri said he snatches up a neck in a transition, or potentially, steps in and manages to catch Cameron Smotherman with something long. I just feel like the danger is going to be on the Smotherman side here, though. So Cameron Smotherman's going to be the pick, and I think the line should be flipped. We got Montel Jackson, Mr. One-Hitter Quitter, coming back to get another knockout against undefeated Daniel Marcos. And, this one seems to have got the community split. A lot of people are talking about Daniel Marcos being disrespected on the betting line, talking about how he's an undefeated fighter, more proven in the UFC, some are saying. I'm squarely on the Montel Jackson side. You cannot ignore the power that he has. He also has takedown upside here. I like Montel Jackson. I think that he is the complete package. I also think the time in his life that it is right now, he has no time to waste. 33 years old. If he's going to make a run, it is now. It is do or die for him to become a UFC champion. So give me Montel Jackson to stick on a roll here. And I think he could find the knockout again because Daniel Marcos is looking to trade, man. So give me Montel Jackson to win this fight by knockout. Here we have Ponzanibio taking on D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez. This is a matchup where I don't really understand the line movement here. Santiago Ponzanibio, the number has been driving down and down. Now it seems to be stabilizing back the other way. It might end up at an actual pick 'em, $1.90, $1.90, because Daniel Rodriguez He is a more complete boxer, and I think this is going to primarily be a boxing fight. If there is going to be a takedown, it's probably going to be on the Ponzanibio side. But Ponzanibio's never been a Nurmagomedov. I don't expect him to turn into one now at 38 years old at the tail end of his career. I think he's still coming to put on a fun fight, coming to stand and bang primarily. And in that instance, I've got to go with the better boxer. I've got to go with D-Rod. I think he's going to get the jab going, and he can build off of the jab into combinations. Give me Daniel Rodriguez to win this fight, most likely by decision. But Santiago Ponzanibio has shown a willingness to get hurt early on in this fight. So if there's going to be a finish, could be round 1 KO for D-Rod or a 29-28 decision. Then we got Renier de Ridder taking on Bo Nickel. And listen, Bo Nickel, slam of the week, my most confident pick on this card, odds aside. I think he goes out here, knocks out Renier de Ridder in round 1. People are talking about the Paul Craig matchup like it was a stain on Bo Nickel's record. Went out there, won every round, Before then, knocked out Val Woodburn, round 1. Choked out Cody Brundage, round 2. Choked out Jamie Pickett, round 1. It seems no matter what Bo Nickel does, all there is criticism left for him. When he goes out there and defeats 2-division champion Renier de Ridder, hands him his first L inside of the UFC, I wonder what the narrative is going to be then, but I'll be on the right side of it. Give me Bo Nickel to win this fight by destruction. Then we have Corey Sanhagen taking on Davison Figado in the main event. God damn, we got here quick. It's just been over 10 minutes. Angelo would still be doing his damn promo. Shout out We Want Picks. If you want to become a We Want Picks member and unlock my picks, check out the link in the description of this video. And don't forget to put code BetSam for 10% off. You can unlock all of my bets, all of Angelo's bets, all of Jacob's, and more. Let's break down this main event. Corey Sanhagen should defeat Davison Figado. He is the more complete mixed martial artist at this point in his career. Davison Figado has started to lean too heavily into the wrestling, and it seems like his striking has suffered since. He still believes in his one-punch knockout power, but it seems like he's waiting around for that one big explosive moment, whereas Corey Sanhagen, he will chip away. He will dig away at his opponents, and he is not afraid to be boring. He will go wherever this fight requires him to get the victory, and that is why I think the line is the way it is. He's got the youth. He's got the length. He's big for this division. He can mix it up wherever the fight goes. Give me Corey Sanhagen, the Sandman, to win this fight and move up in the rankings once again. Guys, that is going to be it. That is the full quick picks, predictions, and breakdowns. If you enjoyed, please hit this video with a like. Drop a comment which fight you're most excited about, and I will see you all at the cash counter.